Alright, so I'm back, and today, by request, I was asked to do a dual review of Hot Rod and Ultra Magnus with the Fans Project's upgrade kits. Rewatching the old videos, wow. I actually, I'm gonna do comparisons, but I don't think I can actually do a dual review between these two. I think they deserve a full review to themselves. So I will be comparing them to each other, and I apologize that we're not going to be, comparing them as much as maybe you're wanting. But I'm going to do a review on the City Commander and a review on the Hot Rod. And just show them off together along with other figures, because I don't think I did them justice, because I know I was really upset with the City Commander set, but I actually like that a lot better now than I did then, and I also like the Protector set a lot less than I did when I first did the review. So but I think, and those were also videos with Tommy in them. At least the City Commander was, and the Protector one was by myself, but in the old setup. So I think they deserve a video onto themselves. So this is the Classics Ultra Magnus. Now, I got this for a really good deal on eBay because it's missing the visor and it's missing the back stacks. I like it actually better this way because it really makes him look a lot different than Optimus Prime that has the wind visor and the smokestacks. So, and this is the Fans Project, or this is actually the knockoff trailer kit, and there's a little porthole right here, and it just plugs in to the base there, and then it rolls very well. And this, I just think this looks a little bit more like Ultra Magnus would, unless just imagine that wind visor there. It just, I think Ultra Magnus always should have been that square white truck in the front of the big armored carrier type thing. But yeah, it doesn't plug in there very well. It's kind of hard to, you can't really get in there and, put some pressure on that joint that needs to plug it in. And that's just, it works. As you see, I had it plugged in, and then as soon as I set it down, it popped off. It doesn't plug in very well, but it plugs in well enough. So, but yeah, I like this look of him. Now because I didn't have the weapons here, and this is the actual knockoff of the original kit that did not come with the missiles or guns, so I don't have the missiles or the guns to show off. I do have missiles and I do have guns for him, and I'll show those off in a little bit. But yeah, it rolls very well. The tires are pretty close. As you can see, this only has the 3 holes in it, and then 3 notches, like where the holes should be, whereas these guys have all 6 holes. So, at least it's a very similar color, along with the blue is a very, very, it's not 100%, but it is pretty close. Same with the white and the silver. It's close, it's just not perfect. But it does look good. You can't really tell. Now this is like I said, this is the knockoff version, so I do have some paint blemishes on him. And some of the pieces are a little bit looser than I would have preferred. And I really, really did not like that when I first reviewed this. But I actually have done some fixes that I'll kind of show off in a little bit that really make me happy. Like this right here is just ugly. That is just a horrible paint apps right there. But this turns into part of the gun, and you won't ever see it again, I believe. So, anyway, and it does have this little license plate thing that you're supposed to be able to flip out, but I can't seem to get it out. So, and then right here, there's some more paint blemishes. I mean, that just looks ugly, ugly, ugly. So to transform him, put these panels down, put the feet up. This will fold down, fold up the knees, fold up arms, rotate this around. And this will fold up, and we're just going to leave it like this for now, so that we can add the commander armor to it. Let's finish him up. So fold these down. I mean, we've done the classics Optimus before. Fold up the head, rotates around. And this is what Hasbro gave us as an Ultra Magnus. I do have the repro labels added on, so there's a little bit extra detailing. I also do have a KO of the Ultra Magnus, which I still will never recommend. I think it's junk, flimsy and crap. So anyway. So yeah, we'll set that off to the side, and then we'll look at the trailer for a second. Real quick, forgot to show this off. So I'm actually going to pause this video real quick so I can put him back into cab mode and show off Hot Rod in car mode. Okay, sorry about that. So he's back in the cab mode. And let's see, first off, here he is against the Seeker mold. So you can see the definite size difference on that one. I mean, this is a deluxe, this is a Voyager plus an upgrade kit. And here is the Hot Rod and Protector kit. And Ultra Magnus is still clearly bigger than Rodimus Prime, but because he was a Voyager and he's a deluxe with the upgrade armor, they do look awesome together. I really like the way those two look together. So I do really like that. They look really good. So I'm again going to pause this and convert him over into robot mode. I'm actually going to start the review for the Hot Rod at the same time and try and do 2 reviews at once. See how that works out. So, alright, so I'm all sorts of confused at the moment because I'm doing 2 reviews at the same time. So let's go back to the City Commander. So again, KO. This is the knockoff trailer. What you want to do is we'll set him back, and now we want to start disassembling this. So you start by taking this piece off, set that off to the side. Pull this piece here out, put that off, and just start pulling stuff apart. From here we want to pull this off, that pull off, those will pull off, this will slide off, and split those. So we've got pieces everywhere. Now, what I did to this kit is, you can see in here, see this little piece right here? That's actually a little key card from the hotel I work at. I chopped it up and put it in there. When I first reviewed this kit, I showed off that these things were super loose because this is the KO version, and they weren't holding on at all. But once I glued those in there, it actually holds on very well. A lot better than I thought they would. And in the shoulder pieces here, again, you can see this is that key card again, just glued in there. So if anybody needs a little plastic key card, if they have this kit, they need it, let me know. I can just throw it in a letter or an envelope and send it out to you. Because that's all you need is just to glue that little piece in there and you're good. I did it on both sides here. So there you go. And then so just fold this up and slide this around. Let's actually do the legs first. So what you want to do, push this panel out like so, and then this was all like this, so you just want to collapse this all together like that. Pull this piece down, that'll help get the leg in there, and you just kind of slide this in like so, and then this claps up and over, and there you go. That's his leg. Easy as that. I hear the real one. It's a lot more harder to get it in there because the joints are tighter, and that, you know, that's always a good thing. But on mine, even though this is the KO, they're pretty. They just slot in there pretty easily, and it holds very well, and it doesn't feel loose at all. There is his legs. Easy as that. Then let's see. Let's do this is the crotch piece. This just folds out, slots over, and you know, just make sure you give it a good push, and you're good. That's all there is to it. What you want to do is take these arms and put this this way. Yep. They just slide on over. And then you got to kind of figure out what to do with this wind visor, or this side panel here. I usually just leave it kind of like that, but you can like rotate it out. And just put it off to the back too if you wanted to. So we'll do that. Being a little bit of a pain here. I don't know why. There we go. There we go. That's better. Alright. So we got the forearms on. Well, it's a little bit more difficult than it should have been. Now these pieces, like this would be like this. These are really, really loose on mine. So be warned, if you get the KO set, these things are really loose. But you fold this down like this, and and it goes into the back of the robot, so you don't really have to look at it ever again. And this just clips on. Again, that little piece of plastic in there makes this thing clip on so much sturdier than it used to, which is one of my things I hated about this set when I first got it. I'm going to fold this back, rotate the head around, fold that back down. This all just kind of collapse in. And then what you want to do here is you take this piece, flip out the head, and then this will just, it's on a little bit of springs to give it a little bit more leeway here. And what you do is you just kind of, you know what? Let's get these off. and this will just slide over this body like this, and then these kind of flip down, and it doesn't really hold on to much of anything, but it holds on very well. It's very weird. There's nothing really that it clips onto, but it does. It is pretty sturdy. So put these things back on, and there is your Ultra Magnus in robot mode. Yeah. So take this gun here, and what you do with this, it was like this, and you just flip these over like so. This piece will come in like this, and then you just kind of plug this into the bottom, and that's the big gun. And you can plug this into his hand. It's ridiculously huge. It's overly huge. It's ridiculous. It's like the leftovers of the protector kit. I don't like them at all. So, but as far as he goes, I absolutely love this thing now. And this is from the Seacon set that I reviewed a long time ago. They're still sitting on my shelf because nobody's made a better one yet. But this actually will fit into his hand, give him a nice big blaster. And then these are from TFC's Falcon. Let's see if they'll fit up here. Nope, they don't fit in. Nope. Oh well. He's got a big gun, a nice rifle. I like it. I like the way he looks now. So, yeah. I'm gonna, let's see here. Let's do some size comparisons, I suppose. So here he is next to the Seeker mold again. You can see huge difference between the two. Here he is next to Protector. Protector is still smaller than Ultra Magnus, which is about accurate. Hot Rod was always a little bit shorter than, or Rodimus was always shorter than Ultra Magnus. Here he is next to Warden, or Fortress Maximus's head. I would say that's a pretty close size scale there. There's Optimus, and also wanted to see some Headmasters. So Brainstorm and Code. Nice big Autobot grouping going on there. So yeah, there's that. Now for some Decepticons. We've already done the Seeker mold, but we'll bring Seeker in there again. And there he is next to the fansproject's Weird Wolf. And here is Devastator. So you see he's about half this. He comes up to Devastator's waist. So he's more than half the size of Devastator. Yeah, he's a big bot. And most importantly, here he's next to Galvatron. And Galvatron comes up to, he's just about a head shorter. And I think that is just about accurate for Galvatron to be a little shorter than Ultra Magnus. Yes, Galvatron would kick the crap out of him, but that's a different story. So, getting these guys back out of the way. And you'll see all of this again in the Protector review, which will be up tomorrow. So let's talk about posability. When I first did this review, I said he's not posable at all because of the looseness of some of the joints. But now that I found that fix, it's perfect. It works great. Head is on a ball joint, so it gets a pretty good range of motion there. There's a little cavity here that the plate that the neck's on can kind of move up and down a little bit, so he does get a little bit more. I've debated on getting another face on him, but I actually don't want to put any more money onto an Ultra Magnus when there's so many Ultra Magnuses floating around these days. I'm afraid that if I put more money into this, a better one's going to be coming out by itself. So, shoulders can rotate. They don't go too far forward due to the back kibble, but they do. They do move. Rotates the bicep, has a bend at the elbow. So it does get a little hindered in certain positions due to the bulk there. Hand does swivel. Waist kind of moves, but not really. Legs can go up a little bit, back quite a bit, so gets a good range of motion there. Legs can go up and down, in and out. There's still the swivel there. He does bend at the knee still. Not as good as he did originally, because it does get hindered a little bit, but it's still there. And the foot has just a little bit of a tilt there. So yeah, he's pretty posable. Now, my original review, I gave it this set 2 out of 10. And this is one of the few times where I'm going to totally disagree with myself now. Now that I have those fixes, and I mean, it cost me $1 in super glue because I was out and I had to go buy super glue for it. Other than that, it cost me next to nothing to fix this thing. And fix it in a way that I really like it. So I'm actually going to give this set a 7 out of 10. I think it would have been better. I mean, it was a KO kit, and it was only $30. But I think it would have been a little bit better if obviously if I didn't have to fix it. But if it came with the missiles and the gun, I would have loved that. I mean, and then other KO kits have them, but this one just didn't, and the person that sold it to me didn't give me the best description. So, if you do get him, I do recommend getting the repro labels. It really does help make him shine all that much more. And yeah, I've got the repro labels on him. I've got the fixes on him. Gave him a gun, and now he's good. I do like him. What did I say? 6 out of 10? Yeah. But yeah, I do 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. We'll go with 7 out of 10. I don't know if that's what I said before because I'm totally fried with all these different reviews I'm doing at the same time. 7 out of 10 is what we're giving him. I do recommend it. I do think it's fun. It's a good kit. I don't care for the big gun, but it actually can fit into one of the crevices on Metroplex's arm. So you can kind of... It doesn't hold very well, but you can kind of have Metroplex use it. And that's actually a Metroplex-sized handgun. Obviously, if you have the chance to get the real kit for cheap, I do recommend picking that up before you'd pick up a KO. But the KO is actually not that bad. But just know that you're going to have to put some fixes into it. But also you also have to sit there and think, is there going to be a better Ultra Magnus coming out down the road? I still think this is a great Ultra Magnus. I really like it. I think it is a fun kit. I do like it. So, 7 out of 10. And it really invokes that image of Ultra Magnus too. I mean, it's not like, oh, he kind of looks like Ultra Magnus. I mean, he looks like Ultra Magnus. I mean, this guy looks, I mean, he's Ultra Magnus. I know there's that KFC's doing an Ultra Magnus kit, but that's masterpiece scale, so that does us no good for the classic collectors out there. No good. I'm not going to waste my money on that. Not only do I not trust the company, but for $200, and I can't trust the reviewers that say he's great. So, you know, when they have a hard time making a $5 cassette. But, yeah, that's a different story for a different day. But, you know, and then there's the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus coming out. Again, they're Masterpiece scales. I don't have a use for them. The classics. I know there's one for Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron. That one did not interest me because you can't do anything with the armor outside of bot mode because everyone complained about the cost, so they ditched the trailer idea. So hopefully somebody comes along and makes a good classics Ultra Magnus. But in the meantime, I'm very, very satisfied with this figure. I think it's a very good one. So yeah, 7 out of 10. I do recommend it. If you get the KO, you know, that's fine. Just like I said, remember to get the repro labels and prepare to do some fixes on them. Now, as far as a KO Ultra Magnus goes, don't pick that up. Find a cheap. You can find a cheap Classics Ultra Magnus out there. They reissued him, so you can pick that up. I know. I think he was on sale, Big Bad Toy Store, for like $75 or something like that for a reissued Ultra Magnus mint in box. You can do that, or like I did. I spent like, I think it was like $40 on the on just the figure, missing all the accessories and stuff like that. That's all I got. And it works great. So I just cannot recommend that crap knockoff Ultra Magnus. It's terrible. It's terrible. So I'm going to, I guess that's it with this video. I'm going to finish up the protector video, and hopefully I don't mix them up when I post them. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't do one video in between the two. I know that's what I think John Lant, is that his name? I keep forgetting his name. But I think that's what he wanted me to do. But I needed to redo the entire thing. This is just John Lant. This is just the old reviews just weren't any good. So hopefully this turns out much better. Okay, so I totally spaced that I was also asked to show off size comparison with Hexatron. So there you go. He comes up to about mid to upper chest on him, and I think that's just about accurate. I'm not 100% on there, but yeah, 6-shot is supposed to be bigger, and I still love this figure. I think it's great. It always gets me tempted to buy the Feral Rex Predacons, just because how awesome this figure really is. But yeah, so there you go, and he'll be in the protector video a little bit better. I forgot. But question of the day obviously is going to be, do you guys like my new video review of him better than the previous one?